never truly lost.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Tree Tales. My name's Mossy, and this is the show where we talk about Ivern, League of Legends, anything gaming that we think's pretty interesting. I've been gone for a hot minute, and it looks like we back on top now. This one is really going out to all the people in solo queue who've been trolling me. Every time I pick Ivern, like, oh, what does my Q do? What does my E do? Let's take a look at this. Check out this browser source right here. You guys see what this says? This says patch 9.24, League of Legends tier list. Okay, what's that number one win rate? Who's that champion? Is that a tree? Looks like y'all gonna have to start learning what the fuck Ivern does, because it's getting annoying. He's the number one win rate on this patch, and honestly, this meta doesn't really focus on invades so much as it does just pure ganking and trying to get, honestly, just bot lane ahead with dragons. I mean, Ivern isn't great for dragons, but the limited pressure in his own jungle was really allowing him to succeed in the counter ganking and getting to where he needs to be. And just getting the early 2-item support items for skirmishes in the mid game, which is honestly when the second, third, fourth dragon come up, is really helpful, because Ivern's really strong in those 3v3s, 2v2s, that kind of thing. You know what's the funniest part about this? The best part is if I hit pick rate, look at you neckbeard motherfuckers thinking you know how to ward hop. A sub 50% win rate on Lee Sin, and he's got a 32% pick rate. Like, you guys are so cringe. This is the most cringe shit. You can't ward hop. You're hard stuck plat forever because you're trying to make these stupid plays. Like, get over yourself, you dickheads. The next thing we got to talk about is we're going to look at our Ivern spottings, okay? So what this is this is a new segment that I want to do where we find, like, Ivern is growing in popularity greatly. So I wanted to just share with you some of the fun things that have happened where Ivern has played a role. So the first one is, I was browsing through Twitter and I saw Uzi post a tweet, right? I follow Uzi, and he's like, he wants Xerxes to play Ivern for him. The best ADC in the world wants Xerxes after... This happened after Worlds when they, like... I think they played each other at Worlds, or maybe it was All-Stars or something. And he's like, I want Ivern. Carson never plays Ivern for me. Get me an Ivern. So even the best AD carry in the world wants an Ivern on their team. The second one is Tyler One was winning Twitch Rivals games with Lethal Tempo Ivern support. Or not support, AD carry. And that's hilarious to me. That rune's terrible. Tyler One's trolling, and their team was too good, and they still managed to win. And then Tyler One jumped at All-Stars, and they had that NA versus EU show match. Him and Sneaky were smurfing in the bot lane. Tyler One was Ivern, and Sneaky was Rengar. And they made those EU scrubs their bitch. But, I mean, how many times has it happened? Your top laner's going 0-5 before 10 minutes, and the enemy Ziggs top just comes down and fucks you up, man. Bang was absolutely dog shit and needs to go back to Korea just to fucking figure out how to play, man. He's just here for a paycheck, fully into top. That was garbage. Another exciting thing is Ivern made it into TFT finally. We don't just have the elemental buff anymore, we have the full-blown Ivern, and he's the best shieldy boy in all of TFT. He's a woodland, so what that means is if you have 3 woodlands at the start of combat, one of the woodlands like makes a copy of himself. So Ivern keeps shielding, so if he copies himself, you get so many more shields. And then he's also a druid, which means they regenerate 40 health per second. I've been kind of playing around with the woodland druid, Ocean Warden. It's like really tanky comp that gives you mana and keeps giving you shields and armor and stuff like that. So yeah, jump into TFT, try out the Ivern Woodland Druid type of build, and then yeah, see how it works. I've been digging it. I'm not very good at TFT, so I don't win that much, but oh, whatever. And then the last one here that we want to look at is recently TSM and my boy Dardoch. My boy Dardoch joined TSM, and that is so amazing. I'm so glad that TSM finally has a jungler with a personality. Hopefully Bjergsen doesn't turn him into a ward, but what we've been seeing in Korea is they've been running Ivern mid, Bjergsen on Ivern mid with Unsealed Spellbook of all things, which is really good. And then Dardoch is running the Rengar jungle, and they've been absolutely destroying Korean solo queue with this. The Unsealed Spellbook gives Ivern access to Smite late game, gives him access to TP if he needs it, gives him access to Cleanse in a tough lane, or Ignite if they think they have a lot of kill pressure. So I think it's really a pretty smart thing. It's an insane gank setup. Like, you throw a Q, you put down a bush, Rengar jumps from halfway across the map, easy burn summoners, or you just burst him down, right? They've been absolutely destroying kits, and that's the kind of shit I love to see. That's going to be it for us today. I hope you guys enjoyed this little rundown of what Ivern's been doing in the last couple of weeks. It's been a great time for Ivern over the holidays. #1 jungler. T1's been playing the shit out of him, and it's really fun to watch. I love him. I keep playing him. His win rate is excellent. He's really fun to play. I mean, people are going to say, well, Mossy, what about the pick rate? It's so low. That doesn't mean anything that he's #1 jungler. Here's what I have to say to that. Sure, has a low pick rate. But that's because nobody knows what he does and nobody's like man enough to play him. Lee Sin has a huge pick rate, terrible win rate. This means that the players that are playing Ivern know how to play him. And yeah, I'm going to leave you with that. Give him a try if you haven't. Try him in Norms. You're going to love him. He's really supportive, though. He's a supportive playstyle, so we'll watch out for that. Mossy signing off. Peace.